And apparently Seth Rollins and CM Punk are there together in Disneyland.
Jim Cornette's gonna have a heart attack.
I know.
Oh,
Um, the two people that are so against, were that made such a stink online about WWE, the backstage show, whatever it's called, Unreal, and about breaking kayfabe, are hanging out in the happiest place on earth.
say what you will about Hulk Hogan, but do you remember the episode of Hogan Knows Best where they went to I think it was Universal and they all wore disguises?
Yeah,
And they walked around in disguise because Hogan didn't want to be bothered. And it got so hot that at one point he just rips it off and he's like, "Someone buy me a beer," because he that's one of the things that he said he was missing out on is when he'd be walking around places
and
where
people
there was
be handing him
beer,
stuff.
people would buy him a beer.
Dude, I told Lexi, if we're staying at the Horseshoe, like, I need to bring extra cash just because, like, all the wrestlers will be staying there, and I need to buy some people some beers.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Like, if and some people will take them and talk to me, and some people will take them and tell me to F off. But,
I think we're just the manpower we have with the six of us that will be there.
well, and on Saturday, I haven't talked about my friend to you that much, but on Saturday, one of my closest friends,
Oh, that's right.
he is, he is a party. You guys are going to get along, with extracurricular activities that you're involved in. He is, the guy to go to. But he is also, you think I'm loud, energetic, bring people in, kind of, party animal in Vegas. My buddy has me tenfold. And so
What's
he
what's
will.
uh what's this friend of the podcast name?
Ryan. He's the closest thing I've ever had to a big brother. Um and we've been friends for over 20 years now. And yeah, he's coming out for the day, and it's gonna be a. He's not coming with us to the cluster. He's not, but he's gonna come and hang out with us before or after. He might come and watch WrestleMania with us. It's like his first real time going to Vegas. So I told him, like, dude, just go out and do some Vegas stuff too. But he's like, no, but we're coming to that convention. We're gonna bring some people in. We're gonna be loud. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh my God. Dude, I seriously I don't think WrestleCon is prepared
They're not,
for
not
what we're gonna
for,
do.
not for us.
And
We
you know what's crazy is I expect them to not be prepared because,
They don't
you know,
respond to emails. No, I'm just kidding.
we're not the most famous wrestling
No, we're
podcast in the
not.
world, but you know what, dude? Like I texted the group yesterday, we're coming up on 2 full years completed of the podcast. We know what
Yep.
we're doing. We know what we're capable of. And doesn't hurt that we got the money to make
Yep.
shit happen.
And what's cool about, like, this week alone, there's some big names that they've announced. Like, and I'm trying to put together a list. Like, hold on, let me pull back up.
It's a big list.
Yeah, but of, like, people that I need to, get a picture with.
Your list last year was pretty massive.
Yeah, and but you know what? I made almost all of them happen.
You did.
But this year we're busy. So I'm thinking, like, I'm looking at this list right now. Shotsky, Scarlett. We got to talk to Tessa Blanchard again. I'd love to meet Kelly Kelly. Um, I'm not going to have a conversation with Butterbean again. He guy scared me. But, like, Harley Cameron, I would love to talk to. You know how big of a Harley Cameron fan I am. I need to buy a Tommaso Ciampa shirt. The the big one for me, the huge one for me, the New Age Outlaws.
Okay.
Um, the Hardys, I don't know because their line is crazy, but Christy Hemme. Um, I think it'd be cool to talk to Joey Janela after Joey Janela's thing. We never got Santino last year. Okada calling me a bitch would be cool. The Righteous. Um, I'm gonna try to make friends with Sandman so he brings us backstage. But, dude, looking at it too, it's like, um Sandman's last match, right? This show, and I'm looking at the ECW people that are around.
Yeah.
You got the Dudleys, you got RVD, and you got Tommy Dreamer. For them not to be involved in spring break is a
It'd be
missed
a shame.
opportunity. Yeah,
I
it's a
wonder
missed
if
opportunity.
Bubba and Tommy can because of TNA.
Oh, 100% they can. Hey, those
But
guys
would
could do
they?
whatever they. What are they gonna do? Fire them? Those guys could do whatever they want to do.
That's true. Well, I tallied up the names you told me, and besides the ECW guys you just mentioned, you got 13,
Oh, and Maria Kanellis.
14, and I know you want to meet McFoley again, or at least
Um,
Morgan does, so you'll
yeah,
meet him
Morgan does.
again.
Lexi does too.
So that's 15. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Are you gonna meet anyone at a WWE World like how we met Bailey last year?
No, dude, I'm going specifically to WWE World. The whole point of me getting those tickets is because I wanted to film some content. I wanted to go to the store, and I wanted to get the free things that they handed out.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I'll be at WWE World for maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
Rush back, but we gotta if we're gonna go to if we're gonna all go, we gotta stop at Siegmund's Bagels first, dude. That's the best bagel I've ever had.
I love a bagel.
Yeah,
All right, buddy. Well, excited for Vegas. The planning continues. Stuff is in motion, but we got to talk about WrestleMania 12.
we gotta talk about WrestleMania 12, a forgotten WrestleMania that people don't talk about enough.
Now, is
Um,
that with is that with a good reason? Because I'm just looking at the time here. This is before the Attitude Era, and Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart going an hour long in a main event might have been the only thing they could have done.
but I'm looking at these names on this card, and it's like it's crazy, that like some of these guys wrestled twice.
That's what I'm saying.
You had Vader, Owen Hart, and the British Bulldog versus Yokozuna, Ahmed Johnson, and Jake Roberts. And then later on in the night, you had Owen Hart and the British Bulldog versus Jake Roberts and Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, these not good.
And then you had Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Sonny versus Mark Miro and Sable. Um, and then later on, you have the Ultimate Warrior versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
And I'm looking here, so on Wikipedia it's got the times for each of these matches. Undertaker and Diesel. I mean, two Hall of Famers, two guys who obviously know what they're doing.
Yep.
They only went 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And you had Roddy Piper and Goldust in the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. That's also 16 minutes.
That's a fun match though to watch back.
And I mean those two guys are great too, but like Steve Austin, 10-minute match. Warrior and Hunter was only a
And
minute 30.
this was before he was, I believe this was before the Vince McMahon stuff with Stone Cold.
Well, yeah, because it says the second match here is the Huckster versus Nacho Man, and that's with Billionaire Ted. So that's when WCW was winning the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's a little before. But WrestleMania 13, correct me if I'm wrong, that's when Austin and Brett happened.
Yes.
And that's like, I mean,
That's
next
the
to
that's
Shawn
the
Michaels
famous
and Bret
image.
Hart, that's, one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time.
Yeah.
You got the legendary I was wearing it the other day, dude. You got this that I got at WWE shop, but you got the or WWE World Stone Cold with the blood dripping down his face.
Yep.
He never gave up. JR's got the awesome call. Yeah, dude. But that's 13, not 12.
I am sorry, back to WWE World again really quick.
Yeah.
Um I'm gonna spend a lot of money there on merch because Kit Wilson has a Hannah Montana themed shirt. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, I mean, and looking at it, it couldn't have been a long WrestleMania.
No. No, and did this take place at the pond, which is in Anaheim, my backyard. Let me see here. I think it did. Yes, it did. And this is when Shawn Michaels did the zip line, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you think that WrestleMania will ever have to go back to being an arena show versus a stadium show?
Have to? No. Especially because of the two nights thing, really, I think the fans love it, and there's a
Yeah.
lot more opportunity for like fans to find something they like. And it also makes going to WrestleMania like this, you know, larger than life kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know because some of those WrestleManias where they were in the arenas are great.
Yeah. I mean, the
And this,
Madison Square Garden ones, the ones oh, what's the other one I like? I don't remember.
I'll tell you what though, in regards to WrestleMania and where it's located and all that kind of stuff, I would rather have a good card that had like thoughtful storytelling put in and something that I can sink my teeth into than a huge stadium lit up real well with a really cool stage and then like everything's mediocre. Like WrestleMania 32 is a really good example of that. And we talked about that, how the card, like on paper, it was okay, but like the matches, Jericho and AJ Styles didn't deliver.
Yeah.
Uh, but at the time, they were like, that was the biggest WrestleMania. They said there were over 100,000 people there. And it's like, well, who gives a shit, bro? I'm not
Yeah.
there. So, what do you think? You think it'll ever go back to being an arena?
No.
Would you want it to?
Yes.
What arena would you want it to go back to?
Selfishly, the one in Arizona, but Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
And you make those tickets, I mean, they'd have to make the market. I mean, they'd have to make those tickets insane, but
And I would understand that.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, well, speaking of WrestleMania and the couple things I want to talk about with, where we're at with this WrestleMania card. I did a little breakdown of SmackDown, and I do think that SmackDown, they're doing a better job of building the stories on SmackDown than they are on Raw. But Raw, where we're at left is you got they're definitely going Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio
Mhm.
for I think Dominic Mysterio wins back the IC championship this week, and then they end up doing something there. But I could be wrong. Maybe that Finn Balor costs Dominic Mysterio the match there too. Obviously we're getting Jacob and Drew. Obviously we are leaning towards that triple threat women's tag match. I'm hoping that they throw in some Raw women too and make it a little bit bigger than that. Um, but I two big things happened this week. The first one, what did you think of Brock? What do you think of Brock and Oba and that
Dude,
whole segment?
it's not very often that someone makes Brock Lesnar look small, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone. Maybe The Undertaker did it like 25 years ago. I've never seen anyone lift up Brock Lesnar the way that Obe Femi did for that power bomb.
Yeah.
And just, I don't think I've ever seen Brock Lesnar that high up in the air before.
No.
He was like his equal. And oh my God, if this could be such a cool passing of the torch kind of thing. But it doesn't even have to be that. But just like Brock has such a great chance to like seal of approval to Oba. Like even if in the story they don't like they're not buddy buddy, I'm just saying like he can give a lot of credibility to Obafemi in the same way that like there's a lot of credibility with Gunther because of what he did to AJ Styles and all that kind of stuff. So I just
Gunther, the man who still does not have a WrestleMania match.
when I just spoke his name, I reminded myself of that and it broke my heart.
Yeah.
Fuck it, put Gunther in there with Oba and Brock and just do a meat contest.
Yeah.
Why not?
Slap them all out. Call it good.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at
Um,
this card and so there's 5 matches announced so far, and it's interesting because every single one of them is a singles match.
yeah.
So I'm wondering, do we get like for the US title or something like that? Are we gonna get a big 6-man ladder match or something like that?
Um,
Usually that's reserved for the IC title, but if that ends up, playing a role in Dominic and Finn Balor, then I don't think it'll be a big ladder match.
no. Did we have any big multi-man matches last year though?
Let me check. That was a tradition they were keeping. So let me see. WrestleMania 41 card. Boop, 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 boop. Jeez, do I? God, they wrote so much about this. Nope. Just a couple tag team matches,
Yeah.
and then you
So
and a triple threat with the women. So, wow. Okay, so this is really just looking at that card, it makes it feel even more cookie cutter
yeah.
because it looks like it's going to be the same exact thing. Which is weird because I was just asking if they were going to do the traditional ladder match for the Intercontinental title, but whatever. Okay. What do you think about of Randy so far? I was talking to a couple people in Wildomar last night at VWC, and they liked it. They are waiting for like heel Orton to be completely just unhinged, which is kind of the
So
opposite. Cody's going to get booed out of the building.
yeah. So my thought on this is, Randy's calling all these people, or keeps on this phone call, yada yada yada. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna go out there. I do not think that there's anybody on the phone.
You think it's the voices?
I think he's hearing voices in his head, and they're talking to him. They talk to him.
Bro, that's Vince, bro.
Yeah. And I'm holding out hope, as terrible of a person that he is. He did just get found not guilty on 13 counts of fraud. I am holding out hope that somehow, some way, Ted DiBiase Jr. is involved in this story. I don't. It doesn't make sense for it to be Batista. It doesn't make sense for it to be Ric Flair. I mean, it kind of makes sense for it to be Ric Flair, but Ric Flair is signed by AEW. So on
And
Busted
if
Open, they were saying all this stuff. Ric Flair is not coming back to WWE ever again.
and Ric Flair, I mean, it would be just for nostalgia. And you would need to have Ric Flair start showing up every week
Yeah.
to like I don't think people they might like woo if he were to come out at WrestleMania with Randy Orton and it was like a surprise. But I don't want to see Ric Flair at ringside costing Cody the match or anything.
No.
Why? Because he's Ric Flair and his dad was Dusty.
Yeah.
Like we can't keep milking the Dusty is my dad thing. So no, I don't think Flair makes sense. One person I was listening to Busted Open, they were talking about, who this could be. One person that didn't get brought up. I'm kind of surprised. They didn't bring up Triple H.
They did not bring up Triple H.
Triple H is more of Randy's mentor than Ric Flair was.
Yeah.
Ric Flair's like Randy's grandpa. Batista's his cousin.
Yeah.
I think I really hope it's not just him hearing voices, like literally. After all this time now, he's actually literally hearing the voices.
Yeah. But we'll see. Oh, how much time we got left?
I don't know.
The counter's not up yet?
No.
Okay. Um, yeah,
Well,
I
am I
hope it's
boring
not.
you that bad? It just
No,
feels
no,
like
no, no, no.
time is forever.
I had a thought. I had a thought. Because we're forgetting one big thing that happened this week.
Okay.
Outside of WrestleMania. Randy's hearing the voices in his head. I'm set on that. WrestleMania wise, the rest of the Jacob Fatu Drew McIntyre thing. Cool. Matt Cardona, they brought him back just to get beat up Matt Cardona, that's what his character was beforehand. Look back at all the stuff with Kane, he just was collateral damage. Um,
Always ready to get his ass kicked.
yeah, but we haven't talked about the pay-per-view that I think will be better than that. I think when we look back at this year, would be bet is going to be better than WrestleMania.
Revolution.
Yeah,
Oh, we haven't talked about it, have we?
no. And you got, dude, it was such a fun watch. I am glad that that was well spent money to watch that. Um, one, Edge and Christian are back.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe I haven't talked to you about that yet. Because
Yeah,
when I saw it, I knew that you were gonna freak out.
yeah. And we're getting them and FTR, which is going to be awesome. But then we're also leaning towards them and the Young Bucks, which is going to be awesome. And then I was thinking, what if they do a triple threat TLC match and you know Matt Jackson's hanging there, boom, spear from the top of the ladder. But then
That would actually be one of few times where I see spots get like legendary spots get recreated, and I would totally like mark out for it. Like
yeah,
remember when Jericho and Sammy Guevara were having their match and they did the same finish that Jericho and HBK did at WrestleMania
yep,
with the kick in the nuts.
yep,
I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, but it just fell so flat because comparing Shawn Michaels or comparing Sammy Guevara to like no.
yeah,
But dude, if you had Edge and Christian against FTR and the Bucks in a TLC match and Cope Spears somebody I don't even give a shit who it is.
yeah. But so that was crazy. You also had Ronda Rousey
What's
show
that
up.
all about?
Um,
And then
yeah, well,
Tony Storm's like out for a little bit, so now
yeah,
so what but she walked out with Marina Shafir.
yeah.
So I don't
I don't
know.
know. Ronda Rousey's there. Apparently, she's not all elite because there was no
There's no formal
graphic.
Instagram post.
There's no graphic there. Fucking idiot, that guy. Um,
I got to
and then
respond to more comments. I got to do what I did more
yeah,
often. It felt great.
and then yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because I am interested to see if there's any backlash with her and Netflix.
Backlash. Sorry, I had to.
Um, but and then you got what else took place?
The title match, bro. MJF and Hangman.
That was one of the craziest matches I've ever seen. That spot with the needle,
Yeah, I didn't need to see that.
insane. I showed everybody at work.
Who's this fake?
This is the professional wrestling that I like.
Man, what do you think about a Hangman not being able to challenge for that title ever again?
Um, there's gonna be some loophole.
Some loophole. Did he address
Yeah.
it on Dynamite?
Um, I don't
Was he even
remember.
there on Dynamite? Did he
I
take
don't
a look at
remember.
it?
I don't think I watched Dynamite this week. I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't watch Dynamite this week.
All right.
I watched the clips. Oh, and then Will Ospreay's back, which with an insane recovery time from a broken neck.
Jeez. Yeah, dude.
I
The
think he
same
broke
people
his
that were
neck. I think
telling
that's what it
me
was.
the same people at Ignite last night who were telling me how stoked they are for heel Randy Orton also told me that, it's crazy how AEW started as the alternative. They were dog shit for 2 years, and now it's like, dude, they're back and they're a real
Yeah,
alternative. So that's exciting, man.
and Will Ospreay with one of the best theme songs of all time.
Yeah, you made TikTok about that too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are running up on the clock here. You got anything else you want to say to the people?
Um, follow us everywhere. HHEFPOD.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us everywhere, just like you said. Subscribe to the YouTube. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Just quick question.
Yeah.
Yes or no? LA Knight on the WrestleMania card?
Yeah.
Okay. We
Do
could
I care? No.
fair enough.
Could I tell you I mean, I don't know what they do with him.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is they're going to be a big ladder match. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
What do you think?
I think having a WrestleMania card without Gunther and LA Knight on it is strange. So I don't know where they go from here, but we are less than a month out.
Maybe you get an
Dude, we're freaking less than a month
impromptu,
out, dude.
maybe you
Oh,
get
I'm
an
so excited.
impromptu Gunther entrance. He says, "I'm the ring general. I retired AJ Styles. I don't have a match. This is bull crap. Open challenge to anyone in the back. Here comes the money.
Well, money
Bring
does
down the
talk.
money." Then he breaks his quad and Snoop Dogg chops Gunther and wins, just like he did at 39.
I love it.
Best Mania moments ever. Okay. All right, everyone. Just like Mickey said, follow, subscribe, like. Dude, I think we're under 4 weeks. Under 4 weeks.
Yes.
It moved. All right, everyone. Talk to you later.
Later.